What's up, this is Brandon Smitley from BrandonSmitley.com, bringing you another training log video with commentary week 1, day 2 of the hypertrophy training. This is chest and shoulder day from Sunday. Not really that complicated of a training day. Went in and filmed everything because I know a lot of this stuff is a little bit different than what I normally do. And I get to talk about it a little bit more since it's not just straight powerlifting stuff. I started things off with some incline dumbbell benching. Basically did 4 sets of 12 and then a drop set on the last set. 2 drops, so I started out I think using the 75s and then went to 55s and then to 35s. I can definitely use more dumbbell weight than this. I'm trying to mainly not use more weight than I need to elicit the effect that I need with this bodybuilding like stuff. I'm really trying to focus on good pec involvement, good time and retention. My elbows are flared a little bit more than they normally would be if I was using this for a movement for powerlifting. Just really getting a good stretch in the bottom. All those little intangibles that are really kind of overlooked when it comes to the way bodybuilders train. And it was just nice to not have to deal with retching out like the 90s or the 100s for those sets, as it's definitely something I could use if I really wanted to. After that was done, which that final set was just brutal as hell, did some band flies with the grenades attached to the bands, and I hooked them with the mono. This is actually the first time I've tried it like this. I've done it standing, but I thought that I would sit and use the balls, that way I could revert or look more like a pec deck machine, and then at the end of the range of motion with the balls, focusing on squeezing the balls into each other for about a half count, which makes the movement drastically more difficult than it needs to be. So this was actually another great option, and I supersetted this with deficit push-ups. I tend to just use kettlebells. I like the deficit that I get. I also like that I can try to rotate the kettlebell handle, and that gets me some better pec involvement as well. But just the lack of equipment that I have for bodybuilding use, you gotta get kind of a little creative. And this has just been stuff that I've just tried over time for accessory work. I just emphasize muscular work drastically more during a time like this than just trying to knock out reps and good weight. So did 4 rounds of that, and that was absolutely hell. And by this point my pecs were pretty much destroyed. So then went on to some shoulder work. 5 sets of 15 on the lateral raises. I did these seated just because I have to be a little more strict. If I'm standing, I can kind of throw them around a little bit more. My shoulder's still kind of rotating a little more than I would like, but overall I'm still keeping my pinkies and my hands up, so I'm getting a good amount of lateral delt work in here. Just 15-pound dumbbells for 5 sets of 15 absolutely crushed my shoulders. I was a little bit humbled by that. And then some face pulls for the rear delts. Again, I would have liked to do something like pec deck or something, but I just don't have that option. Face pulls is just very convenient, and I still want to keep my shoulders healthy and still kind of get a little bit of powerlifting-like feel out of the way that I train. I like that. And then I finished things out here with just some DeFranco pull-aparts, just 2 sets of 20. By this point, my shoulders and everything were just fried, so it's just kind of like a finisher to end the session off really good. I will try to make a little bit of a bump of an increase in terms of workload next week. I started purposely a little bit lighter than I would have liked to, but I knew it was for the better. So next week will be a little bit tougher, but next training session will be arms. Thanks for checking in. You keep up my stuff over on Elitefts.com.